Broads Media.
Now, Tyrese Maxey definitely was in his bag, and I know that maybe tonight's not the night to just have a Tyrese Maxey parade, if you will, but I just saw so many things that I love, and I am so obsessed with out of him, and it comes from the three-point line. There were 2 3-pointers specifically that literally melted my brain. You know how people go to those raves and they wear all that the white clothes and they put the glow stuff on, the highlighter yellow, the highlighter green, all the chicks go. They're putting stuff on their nipples, however they do it, right? They put the nipple tassels on. Is that what it is? I don't even know. Where am I going right now? I had no idea that those words would ever come out of my mouth during this show on this podcast, but I digress. Okay, when you see something, you take Molly, you're at a rave, you're jumping up and down, you're seeing Avicii, you name it. Your face is just melting. You're watching people do that stuff with the gloves on their hands. As you can tell, I was never into that lifestyle, but you get my point. When I'm watching Maxey, I feel like I'm a 18-year-old high school kid on Molly watching some show and melting my face. It was the jab step. He gets the basketball. He does a mini jab step and then just elects, I'm going to do this. And there was no sort of hesitation. It's almost like he knew exactly what he was going to do when he got the basketball. And it was like, yeah, I'm going to make this shot. I will cash it in your face, which was ridiculous. And then on the other side, during a later possession, he's dribbling the ball and he's starting to move towards the basket. Off the dribble, step back three, nothing but the back of the net, which really just, it brings up this point that we've talked about before. And when you see the numbers, there were 2 areas that he got really super strong in so far this year that we knew he had to work on from last year. And when you see the jump being so eye-popping already, it's sensational. So last year, he was averaging, free throws. 1.1 free throw a game. 1 free throw a game. This year, he averages 3. So he has tripled the amount of free throws that he takes per game. When it comes to the three-point shooting, he took 1.7 attempts per game last season at 30%. So far this year, 3.5 attempts per game, and he's knocking them down at a 40% clip. Do you understand how difficult that is? Do you not see how extreme that jump really is? This dude just puts his head down, and he's a star in the making. There's no doubt about it. This kid is a legitimate NBA star in the making. As he continues to play, we are going to watch him blossom into someone who's going to dominate basketball games for such a long time. He's got the speed, he's got the quickness, he's got the IQ, and he's got the determination to do it. And by the way, he finished with 7 assists. He had 0 turnovers. And then, oh, by the way, at the end of the game, Kyle Kuzma got a 1-on-1 matchup with him and ended up making a really tough shot over the defender. But I thought Maxey played a respectful level of D on that specific possession. He goes down the floor the other way and knocks down a crucial bucket like they were going toe for toe. And the other night, he goes up against Ja Morant and says, no, the league is about me. The league is about me, not Ja Morant. Ja Morant had how many turnovers? He raises the bar. He does. He answers the bell. He really, really does. The kid is a dog. And that's why when I read the report from David Aldridge and Josh Robbins of The Athletic that say the Sixers would be willing to trade Ben Simmons for Bradley Beal, but they are hesitant and not willing to throw in a Tyrese Maxey or a young Matisse Thybulle, I go, okay, I could get behind not trading Tyrese Maxey. He is as untouchable can get. Him and Joel Embiid, untouchable players. Unless we're talking LeBron James. But obviously, that's more of never, ever, ever going to happen. I'm just saying. As untouchable as you can get, Tyrese Maxey is. Or I'm not saying that the right way. As close to as untouchable as you can humanly get. That's the phrase that I'm looking for. For a Bradley Beal, I would not give up a Tyrese Maxey. You'd be a fool, though, if you feel that Matisse Thybulle is anywhere in that category. Because if you don't see the difference in how these two people play, well, then shame on you. Now, I hear the argument that if you trade Ben Simmons and you trade Matisse Thybulle, who is going to be your defender out by the perimeter, you are significantly going to suck in that area. Not that they already don't. I mean, let's be realistic. The transition defense is poor, and there's plenty of areas where this team needs help on the defensive side, no doubt about it. This is a scoring league, though. If you now end up forgetting about those two guys and you bring in a Beal who could be a difference maker and give you 35 on a night, Bradley Beal can get buckets, right? There's no doubt about it. If this guy can give you 35, 37, 36, and it doesn't need to be Joel Embiid who does that every single night or give you 42, there's just this longevity that's in play here over time, over a regular season, over the backstretch after the trade deadline. Maybe it's into next season. After this season's over, that's when they elect to move a Ben Simmons. Whether it's for James Harden or anybody else out there, it stays true regardless of the player, as long as that player can score you buckets. There's something that is said over a long period of time for your body. Joel's body, it's not as extreme and it's not as heavy, and there's not as much wear and tear. If Tyrese Maxey can flirt in 20, 25, 28, 30-point nights like he has so far this season, he doesn't do it as consistently, but the fact that he's able to and can bring it on certain nights, that's valuable on top of what a Bradley Beal can provide. So the whole Matisse Thybulle thing, it's silly to me to think that you're worried about a dude who, sure, he can defend, and there is some electricity behind what he provides, but he's problematic, and he will not get back. Like, I stress that players deserve time to grow. And I was just about to say that Matisse Thybulle will not get better in that area. But here's the difference why. It's been long enough now where there has not been enough growth at all to say that I can now project it to automatically snap, and then we are in somewhere where I'm satisfied. We're now in a department where I'm satisfied. I gave him his time, and I was always willing to see if that three-point shooting would happen. It's been enough time in this league. There's enough awareness surrounding where Matisse Thybulle needs to improve, and the fact that the pace is, it's worse. It's way worse. That can't happen. So to answer the question that's being thrown around all throughout the day, would I trade Tyrese Maxey? No. Would I trade Matisse Thybulle? Absolutely. Absolutely 1,000%.